Being ghosted is always painful. It creates a kind of emotional rupture, a silent storm that leaves no answers, only questions. But to be ghosted by your twin flame, especially when you stand at a pivotal crossroads in your life, is not just a breakup. It's a soul-level heartbreak. It's the kind of pain that doesn't just wound, it echoes. You may feel abandoned, confused, emotionally frozen in place. You thought you both were moving forward. You believed you had finally broken through the cycles. Maybe you had just shared something vulnerable or were beginning to imagine a future together. You believed this time would be different. And then, silence. No goodbye. No explanation. Just gone. And yet, even in their silence, you still feel them. You wake up with their name on your heart. You sense them in your dreams. You see signs everywhere, their name, your song, synchronicities that seem too uncanny to ignore. You feel their energy brushing up against your own, even though it's been weeks, months, or longer. This kind of ghosting doesn't just leave you confused, it makes you question everything. You may ask yourself,
how can someone who felt so connected to me just disappear? How can they walk away from something that felt so destined?
And most painfully of all, was it even real for them? These questions haunt the heart of the chaser. But what you might not realize is this. Ghosting by the runner is not the end. It's a redirection. And it might just be your greatest hidden blessing. Ghosting is a hidden blessing in disguise. Let's be honest, it hurts like hell. But in the silence, something sacred happens. The withdrawal of your twin flame, no matter how unfair or abrupt it feels, forces you to go inward. This is where the real transformation begins. This is where the spiritual gold is forged. When the runner disappears, the chaser is left alone with their own heart, and that's when they begin to ask deeper questions. Not about the other person, but about themselves.
Why do I feel incomplete without them? Why does their absence feel like the loss of my reflection? What am I still trying to heal?
During this phase of reflection, you begin to realize something profound, the love you were pouring endlessly into your twin flame. It's the same love your soul has been waiting to receive from you. You learn that before you can have union with your twin flame, you must come into union with yourself. You start setting emotional boundaries. You reconnect with your true self, not just the version you were in the relationship. You begin to rediscover your purpose, your voice, your light. And most of all, you start falling in love with your presence. Without the ghosting, this might never have happened. If they had stayed, maybe you would have stayed stuck in the cycle of overgiving. Maybe you would have continued pouring into them, hoping for scraps of emotional safety in return. But now you're being pushed, lovingly, painfully, into the most important relationship of your life, the one with yourself. That's the hidden gift of being ghosted. You are given space to rise, to heal, to shine, to evolve into the strongest, most radiant version of you. Here's what may feel confusing. Even when you haven't heard from them in months, even if there's been no contact, the connection doesn't truly die. The cord remains. The energy lingers. The pull stays present, sometimes painfully so. Your soul knows something your mind cannot fully explain. They're still with you. Maybe not in body, but in energy. Not in texts or phone calls, but in soul echoes. So, how do you know this connection is still real? The universe shows you again and again. Here are some of the most common signs many twin flame chasers experience. 1. Sudden emotions that aren't yours. Out of nowhere, you might feel waves of sadness, joy, restlessness, or longing. These emotions seem disconnected from your current reality. This may be your twin flame's energy crossing into your own, a moment of telepathic exchange. 2. Dreams of them. You may dream of them frequently, sometimes clearly, other times symbolically. These dreams aren't just random flickers of your subconscious. They often carry messages, shared emotions, or energetic downloads. In the dream space, your souls are free to connect. 3. Repeating numbers. You might see 1111, 222, 555, or other angel numbers constantly, especially during emotional spikes. These are synchronicities the universe uses to reassure you, to remind you that this journey is not imagined. It's spiritual, and it's unfolding perfectly, even when it looks chaotic. 4. A deep, unshakable inner knowing. Even without physical contact, a calm voice inside reminds you they're still with you. This knowing isn't based on fantasy or wishful thinking, it's rooted in your soul's memory of the connection. And it speaks to something deeper than logic, trust in the process. So, what should you do while they're gone? This is the most important part. Even though you still feel them and the connection persists, you cannot stay stuck waiting. 1. Focus on yourself. Now is the time to become everything you tried to find in them. Become your own peace, your own mirror, your own healing. Use this silence to deepen your spiritual growth, revisit your passions, and rebuild the parts of you that long for completion. When you shift the energy inward, something magical happens, your vibration rises. And that shift can ripple across the entire connection, often triggering growth in your twin flame. 2. Don't chase. Chasing breaks the energy balance. It reinforces the wound of abandonment and makes you dependent on external validation. Let them go. Not in bitterness, but in trust. Allow them space to go through their awakening, just as you are going through yours. Sometimes, your silence and detachment say more than any words ever could. In your stillness, they are forced to confront their own shadows, many hidden behind your presence. They are called to heal when they see their reflection without the comfort of your energy. And in that healing, they may one day return, not to fill a gap, but to share a whole union. Being ghosted by your twin flame is an emotional earthquake. It breaks you open. But what's cracked is only what was false. What remains, and what grows stronger, is your truth. Their absence is not rejection. It's redirection. And it's a spiritual invitation. Come home to yourself. Love yourself the way you hoped they would. Because when you do, the energy shifts. The story evolves. And whether or not they return, you will have already reunited with the one who matters most, you.